Hello, hello, hello. It is Moonshine Oracle with a feminine energy check in. Don't really feel anything on the masculine side of things at the moment, but feminine, basically, if I'm not hearing enemy at the gates, I'm hearing enemy in the camp. So this is a Judas spirit for some, Jezebel for others, but in female form. Before I go any further, disclaimers are in the description boxes of all the videos because I will not be dealing with anybody's triggered on him bullshit. Get it, good. Moving on. Somebody has Judas for a sister and Jezebel for a wife, or vice versa. Somebody has Jezebel for a wife and Judas as a sister, or vice versa. Put it where it goes, right? It could even be your mama. For all I know. We all know Judas betrayed Jesus for 30 shekels of silver, right? Jezebel, being the ultimate daddy's girl, she isn't just a harlot, but she is a morbidly bad control freak. She has to be in control. She has to be the decision maker. If you don't give her her way, she's going to destroy you and everything you hold dear in your life. That type of thing is giving Cancer and Capricorn energy. Mainly Cancer, because there's just so much emotion involved. Like, if you ever, Cancers will do whatever they can to help you, but sometimes they get so emotionally obsessive, they're so zeroed in on what they want, they can't see the damage they are causing because they have not yet achieved the outcome they desire. They're the opposite of Capricorn, so I'm really not shocked at this. But have you ever seen a Capricorn like just emotionally implode and explode at the same time? Like, their fury and their anger is second to none. And I mean, it's like, where do I start on the list of bullshit? Because I myself have a Cancer moon, but at the same time, I know how to control my emotions a lot better than most. But this is the type of person that at heart is so egotistical. They don't like to revisit their childhood. They don't want to see how they're the problem. They're just trying to help their loved one out with X, Y, and Z and stuff like that. But what I'm being taken back to is a scene that I kept getting back in 2020 when I was trying to find a new job after being laid off and so on down that line. I was in the middle of like repainting my house at the same time, deep cleaning drawers, closets. So it's like my house is an entire mess at this point, because then my AC had gone out too due to like dirty coils and stuff like that. So I've basically, that pandemic made me learn how to do a lot of shit, from the beginnings of my own HVAC journey, like all the way to like DIY redecorating and stuff like that. So it wasn't entirely a bad thing. But some people don't really have anything to do with your person unless they can use you. They don't really associate with you unless they can use you, if you catch my drift. They don't want to introduce you to their folks to get your foot in the door anywhere, but they want to use you for their personal gain. Is it cruel? Yes. Can people like me see through all that? Yes, because we are 9 times out of 10 the person likely to be on the receiving end of such a thing. And it gets really annoying because I have a Cancer. I have some cousins that are Cancers. My half brother's a Cancer. The uncle I cannot fucking stand by marriage is a Cancer. So it's like, and I myself am a Cancer moon, so I'm very well versed in Cancerian energy, especially with me being a water dominant chart, right? You know how those little shits can be when they are in distorted energy. And I need to redo. I did like years ago. I did videos on the signs when they are distorted, and I need to redo those, but I digress, right? If you don't have a Capricorn that's stalking you, it's definitely a Cancer. If you don't have a Capricorn stalking you, it's definitely a Cancer. And this could be anywhere in their chart. They could have the stellium, North Node, South Node, Midhaven, Venus. You get the spiel, right? There's a lot of projection going on here. Somebody here is a hooer in every sense of the word. Like Skankella, we shall call her. There is nothing wrong with being bi as long as you are honest about your orientation. And I've been saying this for years. You cannot make someone be interested in the same sex. You cannot do that. Because what's weird is I used to pick up on a couple. There were two sets of lesbians. Both are married. But at the same time, it's like, why am I, like, where's all this energy coming from? Because it was lesbians and bis. But it's like, where's this energy coming from? Because I was seeing women that I didn't recognize. And I remember seeing one of the lesbians in the dream state, but it's just like, she's not powerful enough to really do anything. Her energy is so low. It's like she can't, like, no. Like, I would squash her like a bug if she dared try anything. But she's a friend of my cousin's that I had to go no contact with around that time too. So it's just like, okay, this isn't Sam. Like, her name's Sam. But it's like, this isn't Sam. Like, Sam is fairly good at reading folks. I know her well enough to know to say that. And even she knows deep down, do not piss me off. And so on down that line. It was a woman with like a bob, sort of like blonde hair, really, really fair skin. But it's like, I've never seen her before. So it's just like, huh? But I also kept having visions of a woman with like really long, thin, mousy brown hair. Now, keep in mind, it was the pandemic and stuff like that, so everybody's hair was a hot mess. But she's just like walking around my house in the vision, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da, like going through all my drawers, going through my closets, and like tracing things with her finger, like a sigil of sorts. And it's like, who the fuck do you think you are? Like, I was actually offended in this whole vision because it's like, excuse the fuck you, that kind of thing. And then, because like, again, I had never seen this woman before in my life, but I would also catch visions of a former classmate and the girlfriend of his at the time that was stealing my content. So it's like, oh, you're affiliated with her. Okay. So that makes sense. But I later on found out it was his sister. It was his sister. She popped up in my people, you may know deal and all that jazz. And it's like, so it's this whore. That didn't come up until like summer 2023, right? But the thing is, you can't be all up in somebody's business without a person like me learning yours. Because even if we have not gotten a download about who and what you are at the core of your soul, we will be led where we can find that shit, right? Because not only did I block her, I found some very interesting information that is not available here in the United States, but it can be found. But it's widely available in the UK. So it's just like, okay, okay. Um, the article said she respected consent and stuff like that. It's like, baby, you a whole ass predator out here. You a whole ass predator out here. Your energy says everything but respectful of consent. It's very pushy. It's very predatory. It's very, I am insistent on getting my way. Which means you're going to get a divine ass whooping. And so on down that line. Rejection is for your protection, but somebody here is just stupid as hell. Somebody here is into to the woo and the craft to help their family out with their career, but the problem is you're not respecting people's free will and their right to choose. You are trying to bend their will and take away their right to choose in the name of helping your family member out with their career. So make that make sense. But my thing is this. You are not entitled to folks any more than they are entitled to you. Consent has to be respected, boundaries have to be respected, and so on down that line. And if my hunch is correct, some hacking didn't occur until like a year later after someone had found some things out, because, oh my gosh, she wouldn't have known that unless she was hacking. And the thing is, I don't hack. It's that's the thing. Like, I don't ever put my detective hat on unless there is a reason for that to happen. And the only time that happens is because somebody is in my business looking for shit that they have no business trying to look for. Because basically what this person was doing is they were looking for something to hang over a person's head, like a way to blackmail them, if you will. And it's just like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, who are you playing with? Like, who do you think you're playing with? Because this group of people, like, even if it wasn't him that did it, it doesn't change the fact that there are people who did things on his behalf, which is why he has had some of the trouble that he has had. Because you cannot go to a practitioner, lie about the technicalities of a relationship, and then wonder why the practitioner is getting their ass beat, which eventually leads to you getting your ass beat, and so on down that line. And I mean, it's just, when you are dishonest from the jump, it's only a matter of time before your dishonesty catches up with you. And that's what something is happening right now. Like, somebody's dishonesty in regards to a situation, it is really catching up to some people, if not the root cause of the problem altogether. It's like, because I have been, like, a few years ago, I picked up on insurance fraud heavy, but it was medical insurance fraud. So somebody here worked in healthcare. They may have, like, gotten some kickbacks and stuff like that, or, like, I don't know. I'm wanting to say, like, if you're a physician, a doctor, or something in a practice, you have to pull in a certain amount to break even. It's like sales and stuff like that. Because the sad part is it's everywhere. But the thing is, if you don't have clients, you're not bringing in any income, that kind of thing. But you can't just slip in these random charges for a patient's visit and stuff like that, especially when they didn't even have that service required. It's like charging them for a CT scan, and that's not what they were there for. But the thing about insurance is, since 2012, 2013-ish, down here in Alabama, insurance just has not covered like it used to. What used to be a $50 copay and that's all you pay, not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. Because I had a cancer scare prior to Obamacare going into play, and I'm not bashing him. I'm just saying, like, this is really what happened down here. Just before Obamacare went into play, I paid now I had a full blown cancer scare, mind you. I paid $50 for the specialist, and that was it. We're talking like $20,000 to $30,000 worth of labs run because I saw copies of everything they did that was mailed to my house. I'm that person that knows what my insurance is being run for as it is being run. Like, I'm that type of person. So if I see some bullshit my insurance is getting run for that it shouldn't be, all hell's gonna break loose because insurance don't cover it like it used to, especially when it comes to CT and scans and x-rays and shit. I mean, that shit is expensive. So when a client sees that their usual bill is like substantially more than what it used to be, hell yeah, that shit's gonna get questioned, and it's gonna raise some flags because when somebody was doing the billing, they weren't being honest. When they were writing up the bill, they were being weird. Like, I'm just gonna slip this code in here, blah blah blah, and you know what? It gets contested and investigated. But the thing is, when you are known for committing some type of fraud, dishonesty, and stuff like that, that is a breach of professional conduct within a license and stuff like that. So you really have to keep in mind, like, if these lies that caught up with somebody cost them their licensing and livelihood, that is not a person. Like, that's not a me issue. That is the other person issue. That has nothing to do with me or the price of tea in China. Because, like, again, I'm not in the camp. I'm not the one running the billing and the coding. I'm not the one doing the marketing and so on down that line. Like, I'm not there to be a Judas, and I'm also not close enough to be a Jezebel. Like, one person is on one side of town. I'm 20, they're 10 miles east of downtown, whereas I'm 15 to 20 miles west of downtown. So clearly there's a discrepancy. Like, if somebody is going around saying that it's me who's stalking them, but my GPS has me pinged at my house at the time of the supposed incident, and on top of that, most HOAs around here now are gated, meaning you have to have a code to get through. There's security at the gate and so on down that line. Like, there's only one way in and one way out. So it's really weird when you're sitting there saying they're doing something they're clearly not doing. You're going to get looked at weird over time, right? But eventually, little inklings and energy is going to make its way back to the person that's being accused, because that's like just on some divine protection level ish. They're going to be made aware somehow of what you're doing. They're going to be made aware somehow, and it's going to be like, great. But at the same time, there's nothing to prove because there's not doing anything wrong. The energy is going to speak for itself no matter what they do to try to manipulate it. The GPS on your phone says this. The time card at your job is your alibi as well. And that's one of the reasons why they keep trying to mess with your employment and stuff like that, is because they're trying to take away your ability to protect yourself. Because somebody here really is on some sacrificial type of time, and it's like, I think the fuck not. Like, it's got to stop. But the thing is, what somebody, because at this point, this Cancerian energy is all ego. All ego. And the messed up thing is, she can't sue for slander and defamation because the information found is true. The information that was found is true. So instead of trying to fabricate a lie about somebody else, you need to address your own self. Because somebody was going around saying that somebody was a drug addict, an alcoholic, a slut, a whore, and it turns out that's not the case. It turns out it's the accuser. I mean, how are you going to blame a person for you losing your standing in a community when it's your own dishonest actions that brought that about? Because what it sounds like, it's somebody, they want somebody to be a punching bag for their karma while they go off and live their life. And the thing is, you're not even supposed to be part of that program, but here you are trying to make yourself be part of the program, a program you're not supposed to know anything about. But here you are. Here you are. Somebody here is willing to take something to the depths of hell in the name of getting the outcome they seek. But it's like, what is this outcome? Other than the fact that somebody was promised for sacrifice. To try to make that sacrifice go through is premeditated red rum. Conspiracy to KILL. Okay? You could change your bank accounts and credit cards and all the jazz all day and day, night long. Those transactions are still attached to you. And with that, everyone have a good day.